Hi everyone, let's look at the method for scoring the factory game. The factory game is a prisoner's dilemma type competitive game. It is multiplayer and multi-round. Your job to win this is to amass the highest number of points from 3 rounds of negotiations, from 3 separate negotiations with 3 different counterparties. So here's you and your team. You will, in sequence, be negotiating with team 1. Then, when you're finished with that, you'll go to team 2. When you're finished with that, you'll go to team 3. And this is what you're negotiating. You'll be team A. If you both cooperate, if you put down cooperate and team B cooperates, you both win 50 points. Good for you. If you cooperate and team B competes, if they are dishonest and cheat you and take advantage, you lose 10 and they win 100 because they're dishonest and evil. But if you decide to compete and they cooperate because you're smart, then you win 100, and they, because they're dumb and slow, lose 10. And if you both compete, you both win 25. So here's how your gameplay will go. You're going to meet up, you're going to designate 2 scorekeepers, just so there are no mistakes, and 3 negotiators. I'll explain why in a minute. You're going to decide on a team strategy. And then you're going to execute round 1 with the opposite team. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. We're just going to go round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. Okay, after round 1, you're going to see the results. You're going to update your score, your scorecard, and you're going to update your strategy in response to what the other team did. And you're going to do the same thing 4 more times so that you have 5 scores. And you're going to register that score with me, Andrew. And then you're going to go on to negotiation number 2 with your next counterpart. Now, a quick note here. One of the weaknesses of the virtual version of this is I have not yet found the platform or the software that will allow for the simultaneous flip to reveal your team's choice of compete and or cooperate at the same time the other team is revealing their choice. So the simplest method we've tested here was to designate 3 negotiators for each team. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in compete or collaborate into your instant messenger system, either Slack, Messenger, or something else. And you're going to send that to the other side at the count of 3. And I want you to, the reason I want 3 is if there's a dispute, if someone's late, if someone does the wrong thing, if there's a misunderstanding, then 2 out of the 3 is still sufficient. And let's get this part right. I don't want to stress out too much about the mechanics of the gameplay. I want to worry about strategy and what this means to us as negotiators. So here's a quick sample. There are the parameters. And this is what your scorecard, you've got one of these scorecards or something just like this, which you can download from Slack. This is the end state of one full set of negotiations. So I'll show you how this works in a minute, but there's team A, there's team B, here are the bets, compete, cooperate, compete, cooperate, compete, and then we score them. Let's look at how we're gonna do this. And I just put the pictures of the teams up because I want you to remember that you'll be doing you'll be doing a full 5 rounds with 3 separate teams. So here's how the blank scorecard looks. So Alex and Beth are going to say 1, 2, 3, bet, 1, 2, 3, show, and then Alex votes to compete. Beth votes to cooperate. So Alex makes 100, Beth loses 10, and there are the scores on the right. In the second round, 1, 2, 3, show. This time Alex cooperates and Beth cooperates as well. Both teams make 50, and there the scores get updated. Now in this round, Alex decides to compete and Beth decides to compete. And this is pretty random. There's really not much rhyme or reason to this. I don't want to give you any strategic ideas, but after each one of these, you and your team would briefly discuss what you're going to do next. So there's team 4, round 4, and you'll notice now it's all tied up. And finally, in round 5, Alex decides to compete, Beth decides to cooperate. Alex probably swore up and down, promised Beth that he was going to cooperate, and then betrayed her in the end. So Alex's team wins, and they register that with me, and they go on to their next challenge. And this would be another negotiation with team B. where they start the whole process over. But in this case, there's team A and there's team B. But in this case, we're adding a new twist. We're adding a multiplier. Sometimes there will be a multiplier. I won't go into the reasons right now, you'll see. But here we'll do the same thing where Alex competes and Carl cooperates. So Carl loses 10, Alex wins 100. But because this round had a multiplier of 3, Alex's score is 300, whereas Carl's score is negative 30. So you'll have multipliers of 1 through 5, and that is going to make the scores a little bit bigger. Okay, you can download the scorecard on Slack, and let's get through this quickly so we can discuss it as a group and talk about how this applies to our negotiating strategy and tactics. Thanks very much. I will talk to you again soon.